In March last year, the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant against the serving head of state for the first time. Amnesty International called the warrants for Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir the highlight of the year, saying it was a great leap forward for human rights. The organisation's now published its annual report, 400 pages reviewing how individual countries breach human rights. Amnesty claims international justice is getting more powerful, saying it's becoming increasingly difficult for war criminals to escape trial.
When we see what's happening in South America with people who are sentenced for their crimes, like Fujimori, or like the tribunal for the Khmer Rouge in Cambodia 25 years later, we see that justice does march on.
The report highlights what it calls other points of progress, the first hearings in the Khmer Rouge trials and the end of CIA secret prisons. Yet human rights continue to be flouted in many countries. Around 7,000 Sri Lankan civilians were killed in fighting between government troops and the Tamil Tiger rebels. Those who tried to publicly denounce the killings are now being threatened in their own country. This man's son was killed by members of the military. He's now seeking refuge in the UK.
I've lost my son. I've lost my homeland. I'm just like an alien living on another planet, another country. I'm very sad.
Other battlefronts for human rights include oppression in China, Iran and Russia, while the thousands of killings in Mexico is also of concern. Then there's the never-ending Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Both Israel and Hamas stand accused of war crimes during the Gaza war. France also got a mention in Amnesty's report, although a relatively minor one, regarding police violence. But hindering the commitment to human rights globally is the way individual countries abide by international law. The International Criminal Court was created 12 years ago and has become a prominent institution. Yet 7 of the G20 member states still aren't fully signed up to the treaty which created it, including China, Russia and the United States. Other countries, such as France, have signed and ratified the ICC treaty, but have been reluctant to fully implement the ICC statute. Amnesty has urged France to pass legislation adopting the statute without delay, a measure that's already been 10 years in the waiting. It casts a bad light on France just days before a conference in Uganda, which will review the International Criminal Court's first years of operation.